Today we're going to take a look at one of the most dramatic jump overhauls I've ever done. 10 minutes, and we've added 3.5 inches to his vertical jump. If you want to know how we did that, stick around. Welcome back to Project Pure Athlete. This is Coach Ty here, vertical jump expert and head coach with Project Pure Athlete, and today we're going to be taking a look at a jump overhaul that I did with my man Arthur, a volleyball player up in Toronto last year. This was one of the most dramatic overhauls I've ever done in person. We had a 3.5 inch increase in about 10 to 15 minutes of technique intervention. So I'm excited to share with you what we did, some of the things we did to help him jump higher, and obviously the breakdown so you can see the before and after. If you've been enjoying these videos here at PPA and you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do have a lot of you that watch the videos but aren't subscribed, and we're bringing you gems every single week from obviously these type of breakdown videos, workout videos, reaction videos, a little bit of something for everybody, and we'd love to have you part of the family, so make sure you do that. Okay, without further ado, let's take a jump into the breakdown here and take a look at Arthur's before and after video, and then we'll jump into a couple drills that you can implement today to get yourself on the road. And these drills will be right from the archives of our Missing Link Jump Technique program that I'll talk more about later, so don't go anywhere. So I couldn't be any more pleased with how this jump analysis and breakdown and eventual overhaul took place with Arthur. Let's watch. I want to be careful here because I don't want to give you any sneak peeks, but what I'm going to do here is watch the left one, and we'll take a look at our before. Okay, just note where we're touching, note the result. I'm going to break down the positions of this jump, the changes that we made, but note what we have here in terms of before on our vertex. All right, let's take a quick little look here at our after, and then we'll go through it. All right, so if we take a look before and after, we can notice a distinct change. We have exactly 3.5 inches of increase on Arthur's vertical within a 10-minute period of time with some work here on Project Pure Athlete jump technique. And the biggest thing we want to note, excuse me, with Arthur in his first jump is, let's first pay attention to kind of the behavior of the jump. Okay, not bad. We got some decent acceleration, but there's a very distinct point here at which Arthur is losing speed. And what we find is through this stride here, our penultimate stride, which is our second to last stride, is responsible for not only helping to lower the athlete's center of mass, but it's, again, transitioning that acceleration from his approach through this plant sequence. And what you'll notice is the position of Arthur's upper body mid-flight. Okay, we have this forward-leaning posture. Okay, center of mass around that chest region. Let's back our retest up here and take a look at the difference. See if you can spot the difference. Mid-flight, okay. Our posture is much more upright. Center of mass is managed a lot better here. Head position as well. Let's clear both of those out. We have that left side here. We have a really distinct kind of hinge formed in that cervical spine, and we have much less of a dramatic hinge on this right image. And what we know conclusively now is that overextending the neck during a jump, right, cranking the head back, down regulates a lot of the power that we get through our shoulder and our arm strike during takeoff, simply because we kind of impinge on some nerve roots that stem from that C4, C5 area of the vertebrae, and it takes away a lot of that power. The upright posture that you're seeing here, the left position versus the right position, having that upright chest posture through our penultimate stride ensures that we stay organized. And organized simply means that we keep the center of mass in a better position relative to these contacts. And what you'll notice is that our plant foot and our block foot fairly close together, but we have two very bent knees, which is very indicative of an athlete transitioning through the penultimate stride and almost stopping, lowering, and jumping versus transitioning the speed through that takeoff. Versus if we take a look at this right here, our position is much, much more efficient looking. So if we transition back, we get that same position on the first. Okay, our arms, we'll put it at the same spot. You can see some really distinct differences here, right? We have a much more distinct braking mechanism formed from this block foot on our after versus our before. We have a very bent leg, which is much more indicative of an athlete trying to push into the ground and almost jump from like a static start versus this right video. We get all this horizontal speed. We get a nice sharp break, and we get this really sharp transition of speed versus a stop and then recreation of power trying to propel the athlete upward. So it's really just efficiency at this point. Okay, what we'll also notice here is the arm strike is about the same. What we want to see is the arm strike down with that block foot, right, and that kind of a similar angle. Both look very good. The difference being here on the right is that where the position of our block is relative to our plant foot. Obviously, Arthur has a fairly low chair position here and is really managing that center of mass well. So what that means is center of mass in behind this plant foot, also with this nice sharp break, creates this really strong stable base versus this right side. If we take it from his center of mass down through his block, you can see the stability of his base here is different. We have a much less robust position here than we do on this right hand side. So just so many more things going right on this after video here on the right hand side, and as a result obviously we see a much greater increase in vertical potential. And this was a huge PB jump, personal record jump here for Arthur. You can see how excited he is on this right-hand side. His smiles ear to ear. And really, it's about teaching behaviors. And what you'll notice, like, take a look at this initial approach, too. It's longer than this. Like, he walks into the first one. So let's watch them together. There's much more, like a deliberate ability here to try to accelerate the athlete. Like, he's trying so hard to get going fast, but we have so much going on in this contact sequence that takes away that speed. Versus on the right-hand side, we found his maximum controlled velocity, which is a bit slower, and as a result, he's able to transition that energy more efficiently. So, word to the wise, a huge, huge, huge secret staple, something to really consider is find a controlled velocity that you can transition versus trying to approach with maximum amount of speed. Because bottom line is we all have a level at which we can stabilize, and above that what happens is we end up blowing through contact points, or like you saw here on the left hand side with Arthur, the body slows down through takeoff, almost auto-regulating itself. Awesome job, man. That's such an awesome before and after. 3.5 inches, 10 minutes, PPA Principles of Jump Technique. If you haven't already, make sure you check our stuff out. Get yourself well on your way to gains.
We're going to hit a drill called impulse block. Some of you might already be familiar with this, but ideally what we're doing is taking our block jabs and progressing that into a little bit more of a dynamic effort where we leave the floor. Same position we were in with our block jab. The only difference here is as I transition through to my block foot, I actually pop up off the ground trying to find that nice little complementary impulse from the ground. So we're here, nice and tall, and I'm popping up. So if I'm facing you, arms are back, not fully back because they're coming through at this point, and I'm striking, finding that nice contact. This is, again, at any point, feel free to take video of your drills, refer back to these videos to make sure that you're hitting these points. So we take our push drill that we learned in phase 1 and we turn this into a continuous push drill where we're traveling along some distance. But nothing else changes. We're low, we push, low, push, low, push, and we're synchronizing these together. Low, And every time I push, we're trying to create a carbon copy of the last effort. We're here, through, this stays quiet, not a lot happening there. The focus is on, can I drive my hip? Can I push through my hip without diving my upper body too far forward? All right, we hope that you enjoyed that breakdown as well as a look at a couple of those drills. If you liked what you saw, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you know when things are dropping. Anyhow, PPA jump technique is something that you can implement on your own, and we've done our best to be able to put together a program, a 12-week program that provides step-by-step information of how to improve your vertical jump technique. We are the world leaders in jump technique. If you've heard about it, it's likely come from this source. So come to the source, learn from the best. Check the link in the details below, as well as a coupon code below for 10% off your order, and get to work. Make sure you share your progress with us. We'd love to know how our PPA family is doing, and obviously be able to share it with the rest of you out there. Also, in the comments, let us know, what sport do you play? What are you trying to improve your jump for? Let us know in the comments below for a chance to win a free copy of the Missing Link Jump Technique program. Anyway, this has been my pleasure as always. It's Tyler Ray here with Project Pure Athlete. We'll catch you in the next one. Hey, oh yeah, COVID high five.